Greetings, beautiful friends. Happy Monday to you. Happy New Year. Here we are in the first full week of 2026. OMG, what auspicious times we live in. So here we are with our usual Monday check-in, first one of 2026, and our inner compass forecast. So before we get into pulling some cards, I like to just feel into the effects of the lunar influence. That's one of the best ways to get in touch with our inner compass, our inner guidance. So with this week, we are still being very deeply affected in a powerful way by the full moon, which only happened 2 days ago, the full moon in the sign of Cancer. And this is all about why I wanted to kind of bring that into the conversation first, is that the vibe of that full moon is all about coming home to the truth of you, which is actually one of the most important things to do to actually get in touch with your own inner guidance, your own inner wisdom. As this week takes form, takes shape, we will be influenced by a last quarter phase of the moon, and that comes in on the 10th. So on Saturday, at the end of this week, it's the last quarter phase of the moon in the sign of Libra. So here's what's happening is we are being nurtured in kind, soft, subtle ways to really step into the truth of what home, when I say home, what does that feel like for you? That means being in touch with your intentions, with what feels right, with what feels calming, with what feels aligned with your soul's essence, with your soul's mission. And as we then take steps forward, going into that Libra, the Libra energy is all about balance. So as we allow that full light of the full moon to look on all aspects, things, relationships, beliefs, things that self-soothe, that feel part of your wholeness, of your being. There will come up things, and that's what we're going to get into is the letting go cards. Things will come up like relationships, ideas, mindsets, beliefs that don't serve who you have become and who you are becoming. And so when we get into balance, what are you letting go? What are you saying? That was part of 2025. There's still pieces that we're kind of looking at from 2025 that, yep, that was then, this is now. So all that being said, the other piece that I wanted to bring in that made that full moon so very potent is there was something happened at the same time on the 3rd called perihelion. And that is when the sun is the closest to Earth. And so I always think, and I like to just bring that into the conversation, the sun, where the sun is in our astrological chart, that is our soul. And so when we get really in touch with the energy of the sun, however, like whatever that shows up for you, it's saying, are you expanding into the wholeness of that? And so that's why I'm saying that really kind of illuminated, illumined the light got put on your inner and outer aspects. So see how that feels for you, and moving forward. But here's the thing, is moving forward in the right rhythm, in the right pace for you. What do you need to do to maybe calibrate your relationship, you with you, in the pace, the way you move forward, the things that you say yes to, the things that you say, that's not working for me anymore. Really important to find your rhythm, your balance. And maybe that means pressing pause for a wee moment and saying, I'm going to tune out all of the blah, blah, blah and allow something to bubble up within me, allow my emotions. One of my favorite questions, and if you've watched these sessions with me before, you know that I like to really, really encourage you to use this question. How do I feel about myself here? How do I feel about myself in this environment, doing these things, saying no to those things? How do I feel about myself here? Dropping in to the wisdom that your emotions provide you. That's an important piece here too. So as I was riffing on those ideas, I've been shuffling my letting go cards. So let's see. Let's see what comes up to kind of help us, give us a little bit of insight, give us a bit of inspiration. What's good for us to look at? Letting go. Oh gosh, there's no small thing here. What's come up is hiding your light. Isn't that? Gosh, that gave me goosebumps. Hiding your light. What does that feel like for you? And see that, as I'm saying this about looking at relationships, of course, all relationships, before we look at how we relate to other people externally, we must really calibrate to what is and how is our relationship with ourselves. Because, sometimes when we have conflict or basically, conflicts with external relationships, with people outside of us, that is an indication of something needing healed within us. So follow that. If there's some kind of communication that's not really going well, of course, that can say that relationship's not for you. But is there an invitation to say, is there a place within me where I've been chastising myself or belittling myself or hiding my light? And what can I do to kind of say, okay, I see that, and now I choose to let it go. Letting go is I'm always about the letting go. It's my whole pathway and process. But the thing is, sometimes when we literally just become aware of something and go, oh, now I see it, now I can let it go. But then other times it can have bigger roots and need more process. So if anything that I've said on these sessions trigger you, upset you, you need a wee bit more support or guidance, just put it in the comments below or message me directly. My whole mission with these sessions is to help you find your way forward, find your best way and align with what makes you feel on track, aligned, in alignment with your purpose, with your calling. So take a nice deep breath and let's see what wisdom the tarot wants to share with us for this idea, for this beautiful week ahead. This is good. Of course, they're always good. It's the Knight of Cups. Don't you love that? I love that. The Knight of Cups. So here's the thing. Knights are always about forward action, moving forward. So, but with it being cups, it's really saying, that one actually is, how do I feel about myself here? So really, really allowing your heart's wisdom, your emotional landscape to kind of say yes to this and no to that and find your rhythm. So although the Knight of Cups is about action, it's about calibrating to what feels in alignment with what your mission is, with what your calling is, with what you want more of. And then also too, here's the other part that just landed for me when I was saying that, because this is coming into this last quarter phase of the moon with Libra about balance, is sometimes when we need to make a decision, do I go this way or this way, and there's no answer coming, that could mean this is a pause time for you. So it's really encouraging us to opt out of the hustle and the push energy. I hope that makes sense. Feel into that for yourself, because sometimes if you're sitting there going, oh gosh, I may need to make a decision, maybe you don't. Maybe now isn't the right time. Maybe it's about trusting. See, there's another strong energy about all this too, is that to trust that even if the answer's not immediate or the step forward isn't obvious right now, doesn't mean it's not there, and it doesn't mean it won't show up. But when we get, and this can kind of show up sometimes, I know it shows up for me sometimes, being impatient, being, gosh, well, I better force it. I better, get into action. I better, make a choice. But if it's not pinging for you, if your inner compass is not saying, whoa, there it is. How do I feel about myself? Well, I might just need to go for a walk, go talk to my cat, go for a nap, go meditate, put it down to one side and allow it to come to me rather than rushing forward to it. I hope that makes sense. Like I said, if anything's coming up for you, you need a bit more clarity or guidance, just let me know. But getting ready to send you off into this beautiful week ahead, first full week of 2026. We'll start with, oh gosh, this is funny. Funny. The first one is children. Speaking to your inner child with compassion, with kindness, with love. You are your beloved. And why I was giggling there is friendship. I believe this one's come up multiple times in these sessions. Are you being your own best friend? Are you remembering to calibrate to that? Do you speak to yourself in ways that you would if you spoke to someone you loved? You deserve that. It's such an important part. And then the final one here is manifestation. What's showing up for you? Do you like it? Are you in alignment with it? We are such powerful manifestor beings, creator beings, and sometimes we can get into ruminating or telling ourselves off. Why did that show up? What's this coming in for now? Those types of things. And so take a deep breath and really name and claim your power. It's here. And that's what this year is all about, is really walking forward with a sense of lightness, with a sense of grace and ease. A bit like that Knight of Cups. How do I feel about myself here? I feel great. I feel aligned. I feel inspired and knowing that the tools that I have are within me. The answers, the best ways, they're within me. And I need to follow that. Such an important navigational aspect for all of us. All right, beautifuls. I'm just about ready to say, have a fabulous week ahead. But before I do, let me just pull one of my Liberate Your Inner Truth cards. This is a good one too. It's I am intentional. Being intentional rather than getting into that hustle and doing and it's like we take our steps with consideration, with kindness to ourselves also. So let me read this out to you. Everything I do is with a clear purpose and focus. My intentions are aligned with what I wish to create. Remembering that you are a manifestor and that you do create what you set your intentions on and what you wish for, if that makes sense. I wish you a superb week ahead. Enjoy this lunar guidance that's here for us, and I'll be back again with you next week. Much love to you. Thanks for watching.